And we are live. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. We're just going to have a short live stream this month. My colleague Deepo is in Phoenix at the American Medical Writers Association conference. If you happen to be there, do try to seek him out and say hi. Speaking of conferences, we're also going to be at TC World Conference November 11th and 13th in Stuttgart. So if you're there, please reach out to us. I think we're actually going to have a booth at that conference as well. Just some quick updates. So some of you might know that we've been working diligently on Tridion sites 10.1.2. The release candidate is out, and on Monday we're going to have a go, no-go meeting. So initially we had planned to release this thing in December, but it seems that we're ahead of schedule, so we are likely to release it in November. At the December live stream, I'm going to go through and I'm going to walk through the new features in 10.1.2 and do a live demo. But just a short synopsis, this 10.1.2 release is going to be around translation and improving not only the translation flows, but also bringing all of the things that you could do in the old classic user interface into the new experience space, which is super powerful, especially now as people are adopting experience space and moving away from the old classic UI. One of the interesting features too is that it brings feature parity up to the old classic UI when it comes to initiating translation jobs. So you'll be able to initiate a translation job and save it as opposed to immediately being forced to send it off to translation. So for those of you who are using Tridion and Trados Enterprise or another TMS, you'll be happy with that release. The final thing that I want to talk about is some of the services that we have at RWS. So I believe we've on my LinkedIn webinar a couple months ago, we talked about Small World Studio, which is a almost like a digital agency within RWS for customers who are looking to do global launches, global campaigns, and they're able to assemble all the different pieces for those global campaigns and work with the Tridion team for the actual rollout. We also have accessibility solutions which combine not only accessible analysis of your website, of your content, etc., but then also suggestions about how to use new tools like AAA Now in order to improve the process and make sure that accessible content is always getting published to your website. That's another thing to consider. We also have practices around content supply chain analysis and then content demand chain analysis. That's to say, like, how do you actually create and produce your content? And also, how are the different systems demanding of your content? Like, what are those content endpoints that you might have worldwide? And also, more importantly, like, what are some of the systems that are going to be consuming that content? And a lot of that work it cannot be done by RWS professional services. We also have a huge partner network that I want to say that we also have, and that we can put you in touch with to do that that content analysis. And that gets into the topic of content debt. And a lot of customers are struggling with the idea that, hey, we've got these new AI systems that are going to be consuming our content, but really our content is a bit of a mess. So in general, the program that we suggest to our customers is to, well, okay, work with us, analyze the content, find the problem areas of your content. More than likely, it's a duplication issue. So after analyzing the sort of core corpus of content that you have, it's also important to these days, especially to catalog, like, okay, well, what are the downstream systems that are going to be consuming that content? And this is especially important as organizations are adopting new AI platforms that are just ingesting, lots and lots of content. And even though they do a pretty good job of sorting through like what content is what and where is it applicable, there's usually ways to improve the content, not just from a duplication standpoint, but also from a taxonomy standpoint, a schema standpoint, a metadata standpoint, so that those downstream systems have a better understanding of your content. So that's the sort of phase two, is the catalog. And then of course, any of those adjustments that you need to make, you should think about how to roll that into your content model and adjust the schemas and metadata, taxonomy, etc. Sometimes you'll find that you will have to make changes to your taxonomy because you want to classify your content in a different way. And then, of course, the final step is the rollout. So content debt is a big topic for this year. It's going to be increasingly a bigger topic in 2026 as we move away from just the hype of AI and we really start to operationalize AI. In any case, that's it for the live stream. It's a very short one this week. Next month is going to be a longer one because I'm going to be doing a demonstration of Tridion Sites 10.1.2. Have a great November, everyone. Thank you.